And I'll let Jessica start like she always does.
So hi everybody, thanks for joining us today for our Biz Maker series through the Indigenous Business Development Services Program in partnership with Sage Hill Community Futures. So today we are here with Zap Creative and we are going to learn some tips and tricks with our smartphones. So I'm an iPhone user, so depending on what device you're on, DJ will have some tips for you today. And I'm going to pass it on to Sherilyn.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sherilyn. I'm the consultant for the Indigenous Business Development Services in partnership with Sage Hill. And I'm looking forward to this because I'm also an iPhone user and I really have a lot to learn. So I've got my paper ready and my pen's ready. I'll be taking notes like crazy. Go ahead, Jenny.
Hi, I'm Jenny Glessman, and I'm from the Sage Hill Community Futures Office. I'm so glad everybody could join us today. So we usually just go around the screen. I guess I can't say around the room. Sherilyn is one of the reasons why we decided to do this workshop, because we were online one day and she was having phone issues and DJ said, hey, I might be able to help you. So that's why we're here today. So we're going to go around the room. Just tell us your name. If you have a business, what it is. If you don't, that's fine. Just so DJ kind of has a feel for who's in the room. So with that, I'll start with you, Bill.
Hello, my name is Bill Noble. I live outside Waka. I'm a retired Air Force guide, but I'm the conductor on the Wheatland Express excursion train. And wow. I have an iPhone and yeah, a lot of mystery there. So I'm ready to learn.
Well, I'm glad you could join us today.
Me too.
So the next one on my screen is Kayla. She's a regular. She's with us quite often, but we'll still get you go through the drill. I think you're muted, Kayla.
There we go. Sorry, it wasn't working. My name's Kyla. I know everyone calls me Kayla.
So okay. I did that every time.
Oh, that's okay. I'm just learning, taking these classes to help me start up my own business. I've started making personalized tumbler cups. So learning, I have an Android phone, so this will be interesting for me.
Yeah. Glad you could join us today. Next, we'll have Dale.
Hi, I'm Dale Glessman, Jenny's better half, if any of you want to know. I own Bruno Lumber along with Jenny, and also I'm the mayor of Bruno. And I have an iPhone, and sometimes I got 4 emails, this going on, and just need to learn a little more stuff.
Thank you for joining us. We'll go next in the middle to Kate. Hi, Kate.
Kate, your mic is muted.
Hi, yes, thank you. Hi, I'm Kate. I tend to struggle with technology. Honest to goodness, lights flicker off. The street lights will flicker off when I'm driving by. So I don't know if it's my energy, but for whatever reason, I struggle with it. And I have a smartphone that's probably smarter than me at some moments. So I'm hoping to pick up a few good tips. I'm really struggling with, I guess, the storage or the usage of it right now. I've got pictures that I can't seem to delete yet, and I can't take any new pictures or video with it, which is a challenge as an entrepreneur. So yeah, hope to learn something. Thanks.
Great.
iPhone or Android? Okay.
Sorry, it's iPhone.
Okay.
Kate, will you make sure that you stay on the meeting after we're finished?
Next, we'll go to Carol. Who's
Hi. I'm just retired member of Sage Hill, and I need to learn more about my iPhone. My daughter's telling me it's a problem for me. And that's about it.
Perfect. Glad you could join us today. And then we have Brad. Are you able, do you have a mic? If not, I know Brad is with Mickle Industries from St. Gregor. The chat is open. If you don't have a mic and anybody wants to use the chat, send a question there. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to DJ and let him lead us on our way.
Perfect. Sounds good. Okay, I'm just going to set up my screen share here. Close out a couple other things on my end. Everybody can see this okay?
Yep, nice and clear.
Awesome. Yeah, I say I got a little bit fortunate there. I'm more of an iPhone user myself, so it's good that we've got lots of iPhone users in here. I'll do my best to answer the Android questions. And then, as we all know, our phones have a lot of different features. So we'll leave some time for Q&A, and then hopefully we can kind of get some of those answers, any questions you guys may have as well. So thank you so much, IBDS, Sage Hill, everyone, for having us and having myself today. A little bit of background as well. I'll introduce myself. I'm the co-founder of Zap Creative. We are a branding, web design, and marketing training studio here based out of Saskatoon. I handle a lot more the website portion of things, SEO, and more of the digital side of things. I'm very passionate about working with companies of all sizes. I love hearing people's different ideas. Sorry, Kyla there, talking about your tumblers a little bit. It's really exciting. You're starting your own business, and they will be a great asset to you going. And very passionate about people doing what you love to do. So that's why we're so excited to work with entrepreneurs.
DJ, you sound like you're breaking up a little bit.
Okay. Maybe I'll try. I just got my earbuds here. I can try disconnecting them and see if this is better for you guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, very well.
Awesome. Is that better?
Much better. Thank you.
That's better.
Perfect. Good. It's good. Yeah. So Zap Creative, yeah, branding, marketing. Sorry. Okay. Okay. I think we're good. A little bit of overview of some of our services here, the branding, work on like marketing automation, packaging design, SEO, small to large websites, marketing. And then the other side is into our academy as well. We've got different boot camps helping out, same with businesses that are starting up. A couple of these are still in development, working on a website boot camp. Marketing boot camp right now is running and is actually funded through the RSTS program. If anybody knows what that is, just to help training subsidy for training employees, and offered through CanSask. And just a handful of clients we've had the pleasure of working with. Vail Industries is down in Indian Head. Voss Developments here is local to Saskatoon. Worked with Smedco as well, as I'm sure everybody knows here. And just a very wide variety of different businesses from different industries, manufacturers, developers, real estate, and then packaging and more. So a little bit of smartphone fun facts for you guys just to get things going. Although Samsung holds 22% of the market share all across the world and Apple only has 13, Apple actually holds the majority in Canada by a long shot. So here's the numbers down below for the usage in Canada as of December 2020. Apple's holding 52%, Samsung's at almost 29, and then it kind of goes down from there. So same thing as what we saw in our call right now is we've got a lot of iPhone users. And I'm not entirely sure why, but this is what it is. Another interesting thing is that some of the parts that are actually manufactured for iPhones are developed by Samsung. So they're actually almost in a position to make more money off of selling iPhones than they are their own phones, which is kind of funny. And another fun fact is they've taken some of the Android software for some of the devices in NASA because it's a little bit more of an open source software. They can do what they want with it. But pretty interesting knowing that some of that is being used up in space. So we'll jump into some handy features for your phones. If you guys have ever wanted to save something, or you've been browsing on the web, or maybe you're doing like a FaceTime call on your phone and you just have one of those moments you want to capture. This is a way to do a screen capture. So if you've got an iPhone with that center button still, you're just pressing the power button and that center button at the same time, and your screen will kind of flash. And then it will save a little screenshot that'll go down to the corner. And if you leave it for too long, it will swipe off to the side, but that will get saved. Actually, I think there's going to be settings. So either it'll get saved, but if you want to capture it while it's there. Oh yeah, no, so it just wasn't showing up in my photos. So it will show up in your photos shortly after you've captured it.
How long do you have to hold it for?
Should just be kind of like almost like a 1-2, like power button and the center button. You should just press it.
So it's interesting. I press my power button and I press the center button. Okay, I got one thing that says slide to power off and another one that says emergency SOS.
Yeah, so you don't want to hold it. So once you're logged into your phone,
okay,
you just click it. So like click power and then the center button just shortly after. And which model do you have?
That's a good question.
But you've got that center button?
Yeah, I have. Yep.
Does it have a thumbprint?
It's not a 9. I think it's 8.2 or something.
Okay. Does it have this got the thumbprint ID? Like that thumbprint reader, fingerprint reader?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And that's not working for you?
No, but I'll keep practicing.
Okay. Yeah, almost you push them both at the same time. Just push them both. It should, yeah, you'll hear that sound if you've got your volume on, that kind of snapshot. And then for Kyla, that's you want to use your power button. And this is for a lot of the, Kyla, do you use is it a Samsung or a different brand?
It's a Samsung.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so now I see I actually should have been doing what the iPhone 9 picture shows because I got it.
Oh yes, yeah. So anything above that doesn't have the button, it's the power button and the volume up, and then it's, I guess it's power button, volume down for Android. Does that work for you, Kyla, on yours?
Yeah.
Perfect. Just kind of a handy feature. And then I know on iPhones, if you capture that photo and you click on it right away, because it'll go down to the bottom left of your screen, you can actually mark it up as well. It'll give you different pen options. I'll show you here on the screen. It'll give you different pen options on the bottom. And then you can click on those. And if you ever wanted to write a note or circle something specific, you can do that too. And then when you're done, you can save those changes for your own future reference. And then if you don't want to keep it, you just, when you go done, you can say delete screenshot if you don't want it, and otherwise save it to your photos.
I always wondered how they did that, took a picture and then wrote on it. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. There you go. And then same thing, if you're in any of your apps, like similarly, if I wanted to show you guys something, I could take a screenshot and write a little note and that kind of thing too.
Okay, tell me again how you write on it.
Yeah, so once you've taken that screenshot, you'll see it kind of zoom down to the bottom. You want to click on it before it disappears on you. And then you're going to see this kind of screen like this.
And just say add a caption. Okay.
See what I did?
What's that?
See what I did?
Yes, this is what's going up. Yep. So. Yep. Did you get it there, Sheila?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. So it's kind of a handy feature for quite a few different things. Another one is if you find that you're running out of data more often, you can go into your settings. This is on an iPhone. So you can go into your settings And then if you click on the cellular button there, should be one of the first ones you see in your general settings. And then you'll see this here. This is what your screen should look, something similar to this. You then, where we at here?
How did you get over to the cellular one? Okay, no, I see I've got it. Cellular data.
Okay. Yep. And then
I don't see the low data.
yeah, so then you go into the cellular, and then your cellular data options should be the second option in there.
Ah, okay.
And then you'll have an option on there that says low data mode.
Yep.
So when you do that, then what what does it do?
It's just helping reduce the data usage. Like some of the functions of your iPhone will be performed in the background, like it's saying things like automatic updates or background tasks. Sometimes if you've got your photos syncing to iCloud, it'll just kind of hold off on those things so it's not using up your data if you're running lower.
It doesn't slow things down.
Nope.
It's just the stuff that's running in the background that we
Right.
don't even necessarily know.
Oh,
Yeah, so it'll pause using those functions until you are connected to Wi-Fi, so you're not using data.
So should you have your cellular data options roaming off all the time? I have mine on all the time.
Oh,
You know, because it depending how much traveling you're doing. If you're traveling out of the country, you want to make sure you have that off, because your phone will connect to the other networks and it'll just start trying to connect as quickly as it can. So
Okay, so I should turn that off actually then.
you're okay if you're not traveling to the States. Like if you're,
Okay.
if you're going in between different provinces, that's fine, or around Saskatchewan, that's totally fine.
Okay.
Awesome. This is, I know, one that drove me nuts for a long time, is if you're ever in the middle of sending a message and you misspell something. I'll see if I can show you guys this with turning around the phone. So let's say I, tried to spell happy and I spelled something lappy. If you hold your keyboard down and just hold it, the keyboard's gonna disappear, and you can slowly move your finger back or forth to move that cursor. So you can be very defined, like, oh, there, I got back to my letter and I'm able to correct it that way. Because I know sometimes we try and tap on this message itself, trying to get that cursor to where we want it, and you end up highlighting it and something like that.
that is cool.
yeah, no kidding.
So that's a big one. It's kind of like if your phone has that, like I think most of them have that 3D touch,
Yeah.
where you kind of like almost like push it in that second level, and then you can move it around as you need. And that works in anything where the keyboard shows up too, not just text messaging as well. So if you're typing in a form on a website on your phone or anything like that, you can move it around accordingly. So
Sorry, I missed how you start that process. So I'm doing a message
sure. Yeah.
and I make a mistake.
Yep.
And I press on the keyboard.
Yeah, anywhere on the keyboard, and then you kind of like push in, like tap it and then push in a little bit further, and then all the letters will disappear, and it'll give you the ability to just kind of slide that around to wherever you need. Take a little bit of practice. You know what model you've got?
It's an iPhone 10 something, I think.
Okay. Do you have that little button still, or is that button gone? The little circle button.
Nope, it's got no button.
All screen? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you'll have that kind of like 3D touch feel. So you like when you touch the screen and you like push in deeper, it's almost like it feels like it almost like double clicks on you.
Well, I'm really squeezing it. Nothing's happening.
Try, try just like a gentle touch and then pushing in just a little bit deeper. Did it do anything for you?
I'm not feeling anything, but
Worked.
it's typing stuff
Ellen,
as I move my finger around.
I know what I typed a fake message first, and then if you just hold it and I moved it, it's kind of cool how it actually doesn't click. It just, your finger slides around and you can move it all around the little text box.
Ah, wait a minute.
Does that make sense?
And the phone kind of
Blanks out.
Yeah, the keyboard will disappear all the,
Yeah. I just ended up typing a whole bunch of letters into like 3 or 4 lines, and then when I did it, it moved. I could move it around.
Yeah, so instead of always, I know for me, I was always in the habit of, oh, delete, 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 delete to get back when I saw my error. And that way you don't have to do that quite as much. But yeah.
I'd like to welcome Marilyn joined us a couple minutes ago too.
sorry I was late. I had another appointment in Humboldt actually, and the snow was blowing across the road coming home, so I couldn't boot her.
That's all right. Well, we're glad you could join
I
us.
had to drive the speed limit, which is unusual.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry about that. I just tried this, and I find that if I put my, push hard on the where I'm already typing, it gave me sort of a little circle and brought it up more intense, and then I could move it. But my keyboard was still there.
Yeah,
So,
I'm the same.
Yeah,
That's another way to do
but it
it.
worked. Yeah, good.
That's another way to do it as well. It's just if you instead of having to click within that message box, it's you can kind of see better without your finger getting in the way if you're on top of the text. That's
Yeah.
all.
And it's any key on the keyboard.
Yep, anywhere on the keyboard. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
I'll
anywhere.
keep working on it.
Okay, mine doesn't work on the keyboard, but it did work on the where I was typing. Yeah.
And then even if you do that, like I noticed, like if you do it where you're typing, like what you just said too, you can slide your finger down out of the way, and then you can still see it. Like
Okay.
same way that you did, just on the
Yeah,
letter.
mine can.
And then I can pull my finger out of the way and still move it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yes.
Do that. There you go.
Good. Works. Works slick.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Good
And then I
stuff.
hit
Well,
send and
for a
send
day,
it
then
to
everyone's
myself.
happy. That's good.
Oh, good grief. Instead of Xing it out, I hit send.
Oh, there you go.
I've got this message with a whole bunch of letters. I will delete. It's a good thing I said it to myself and not somebody else. Anyway.
That's when autocorrect can't catch everything. Right?
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, well, that's another handy feature. For this feature also is if people have moved from an Android to an iPhone. I know a lot of Android users are very used to this. I'm not sure if this is what you like using, Kyla, or not, but when you message or text, you can actually, you don't have to tap each letter. You can ever just hover over top of it. So if you like try spelling hello right now, so just start on the H-E-L-L and just wait and go O, it's going to almost like suggest it, but just slide your finger around and hover over top of the letter instead of actually re-tapping. Everybody give that a try. And if you've got 2 letters in a row, just kind of pause there for an extra second. You're trying to spell something like coffee. You'll kind of see like a swipe behind your fingers as you move around.
Mm-hmm.
But it's another way that you can text like that as well. Like I said, I know Android users, that was a common feature, I think, in some of the, even the older Samsungs, they've had that one for quite a while. So, but it's neat that you can also do that on a iPhone as well. So I have a little video, shows you what it's doing. Is that working for everybody?
No.
Oh,
No? And you don't have to use it. This is just something that if you found a different way, or you weren't, maybe you were having a hard time, like even myself, like I've got kind of bigger thumbs. Sometimes on my keypad, I'm hitting the, the digits I'm not meaning to, whereas this way I can just hover over top instead.
I end up touching it.
Yeah, to start the word, you touch it, and then just go from there. Just kind of move your finger around. So every time you start a new word, you have to let go again. If that makes sense. And the space bar as well. You got to put the space bars in there individually.
okay.
Awesome.
Oh,
Okay.
this one.
This I know is the big one for people, what we've been talking about before. So backing up your data. So for those who, actually, maybe let's start here. Does everybody know of iCloud or use it?
I think they automatically set it up on the phone when I got it.
Typically it does, yeah.
I've been using Google Images.
Mhm.
So I downloaded Google Images, did a photo dump in there, deleted all my images off my phone. And then, but I use Google for almost everything, like all my files, everything on my phone is through Google.
Nice.
I just find it takes up no space then, obviously.
Yeah, well, that's a great idea. Absolutely. Yeah. So we'll pass it off to Jessica and she can show us how we do that. But if you did want to share that, that'd be a great way, because that's totally another option. I know that's a common use. Android is a little bit different as far as backing up your different photos, and that's one that they commonly talk about, is using Google for that as well.
Well, I just didn't want to have to pay for extra iCloud storage.
Sure.
And so for me, it made sense because Google's free.
Mm-hmm.
So where did you get this Google Images?
So it's an app. It's Google. Let me just see.
It's Google Photos. Hi, it's Kate here.
Yeah, Google Photos.
I can't even install Google Photos because it's saying I don't have any available storage on my phone at all. So that was going to be my fix too, Jessica, but I can't even install a single any more apps. I have no space.
Yeah, we'll show you how to do that. Do you have a computer you have access to?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and that you can plug in your phone to?
I've actually never backed up my phone, and I bought my iPhone about 3 years ago. I've never plugged it into a computer.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, let's start here. So for those that want to use iCloud, and sometimes, I would almost recommend not backing up your photos if you're an avid photo taker to iCloud. Like, use a method like what Jessica's talked about, because you'll just fill it up all the time and your phone will always be reminding you. Mine does it as well. iCloud's full, iCloud's full, iCloud's full, iCloud's full. So every time you take something else or it tries to back it up to the cloud, it can't, because the storage is taken up. So but this is where we find it in here. So if you were to go into your settings and click on your name at the very top there, mine has my name up top, and then we go into iCloud. See if I can do this backwards. Perfect. And now you're going to see, even for myself as well, like you'll see that my iCloud is totally full. I almost lost a bunch of data on a previous phone, so I'm a little bit more paranoid when it comes to backing up my photos. I still do it, but from there, you'll scroll down what you see in here. Once you get into iCloud, you'll scroll down and you'll see this section right here that says backup. I know mine with a newer iOS, I think says iCloud backup.
That's what mine says.
Documents and data.
I had to scroll quite a ways down.
What were we looking for again?
iCloud backup, right? After we hit
Yeah, so inside of iCloud, you'll scroll down.
Got her. Okay.
Yeah, you'll see iCloud backup. And yeah, just make sure that's turned on. And then through this whole apps using iCloud, you can turn what you want on and off. If you have a lot of emails coming to your phone, that can also take up a lot of storage. And of course, typically email is also living outside of your phone, so it's not really necessary to be backing up to your phone. I have that shut off myself. Things like contacts and calendars and notes, those are great things to have, because then if you ever get a new phone, it's a really easy switch over to your new phone. You just back up from iCloud and boom, all your stuff is back in there, and it's like nothing ever really changed.
So before you go to the backup, do you turn things on and off? Like I see up above, you've got mail on, contacts on, calendar on. So you should turn those things on and off that you want to back up. Is that what we're doing?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And like I said, mail isn't entirely necessary unless your phone is your main device where you're doing all of that. But if your mail client, if you're using Gmail or if you're using something else, all that data is already stored elsewhere and backed up elsewhere. So you don't need to be backing up in your phone.
Yeah, it looks like mine automatically backs up. Is that because when I go in there, okay, it says last successful backup was yesterday. So I must be backing stuff up I didn't know I was doing.
There you go. So that must have been set up by default for you.
Yep. I guess so.
Good.
So all the photos that I have on my phone, I shouldn't put them there. I should have that on off and save them to my computer.
Yeah, or dump them like Jessica had talked about. I'll show you guys another way to store that locally if you want it just on your computer. And this is another option as well. If you are in the photos and you do want to do the photos, make sure that you've got that optimize iPhone storage setting on. So that the way the photos that are being backed up are a little bit lower resolution, not taking up so much space for you.
So now, but if I wanted to just move them to my laptop, I mean, I just connect my phone right to my laptop and then just go in and cut and paste. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'll show you guys. Who all uses a PC?
Sherilyn?
I do. We do.
Okay. I'm just going to do a check here. Just finding out here the best way to do this to a PC. Ah, yes, this is very similar. So this is showing us to a PC. First steps, yeah, just turn on your phone, unlock it, go to your Photos app, and then you'll go select import from a USB device, and of course your phone will show up as that device, and then you pick where you want to save it, and then that'll pull all those photos from your phone onto your laptop instead. And then once they're on there, of course, you can just delete them from your phone.
Perfect.
If you have a Mac, I usually just do this from preview. So when you have preview open, see if I can pull this. Close the presentation here real quick. I don't know where it went to. It's not showing up on my other screen here. Hang on a sec.
Looks like it's right behind the backup your data screen.
There's this one here. So if I'm in preview on a Mac, I'll take a quick screenshot and show you guys here. So this is what it looks like in preview. You go file and then import from iPhone or iPad. It'll detect that when you pick it up, and same way you pick a folder that you want to save your photos to, and then you can pull all your photos and videos.
Good.
Is there a way to date your photos without clicking on each one to bring up the date when you transfer them to your PC?
I think I just used the shift key and the arrow key
Shift
to
and-
highlight all of them at the same time.
Okay.
To date them, sorry?
To date them.
Well, when you transfer them, I have the photo, but I have to click on each one to see what the date is that you took the photo.
Yeah.
So instead of that, is there any way that I could transfer it with the date already on my PC or no? Understand?
No, not that I can think of, because the image, your phone is kind of automatically like labeling that as IMG,
Okay.
whatever those numbers are, 3, 4, 6, 8,
Okay.
whatever it is. Yeah, as far as I know, we don't have an option to really change that.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a photo question. I'm just wondering, how can I go in and delete massive amounts of things? Like, obviously you can hit select, but like I don't have an option to select all. It's on this that I can see. And I hate going through and individually selecting things.
Yeah, I'm with you. If you click and drag, I'll show you guys here. That's an option here. So on your iPhone, let's use this as an example. Make sure I don't delete something by accident. So if in your photos,
Yeah.
you've got a little button at the very top, like a plus minus.
Yeah.
Go up in here. And
I
you
have
click
3
on that.
dots.
Yeah.
And then it'll switch to this kind of a screen with an X and a plus minus. Now you click and drag. One sec. This just worked for me. Sorry, give me a second. So if I've got select on, so it also says select, so you got to make sure you have select.
You know what? I know I found it. I got something else.
Once I hit select, I got to select all.
Yeah, and then you can also click and drag, and then it'll start selecting them all. So if you want to just cycle through, you can select a whole bunch at a time if you need to do it like that too.
Another question I have has to do, so I have an iCloud account, like an email account that is basically spam. It's all junk. Not all, but majority is junk. But I again, I hate going through and like swiping to delete it. And I'm wondering, how can I delete massive amounts of emails at the same time? Literally right now I have 1,300 emails in there, and probably I have like 100 that are worth anything.
Okay.
So I'd love to know how to just like select a huge chunk and drag it into the garbage.
Good question. Let me take a quick peek here.
I know once I figured it out, but I can't for the life of me do it again.
Do a quick search here. Asking me for password. I'm logging into iCloud in a web browser to see if it shows your mail in here as well.
And you know what? I can figure this out on my own time too, DJ. I don't want to hold this up because of me. So, yeah.
Oh, Brad just commented because he doesn't have a mic. He said, I usually connect my phone to my computer and it's much easier to delete things. Not sure if that helps.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I know like I'm just having a peek now. So if you do log into iCloud, like from iCloud.com, I know you can access that iCloud mail via the app on the desktop.
Okay,
And
I'll try that.
You probably got a lot more control over like selecting a ton of emails and just.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then because it's an iCloud, that should also update and sync with your phone. It should disappear.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Super.
Awesome. And this is on the other end. If you wanted to back up your data locally instead of into iCloud. So different steps to do that. So of course you just connect your device. It'll likely ask you for the passcode to trust the computer, follow those on-screen steps.
So then this would download everything like your contacts, everything, and then you'd have them on your PC.
Yeah, this would be a full backup here. Yeah. And again, what you're choosing to back up as well. So
will you be sending this? Can we send this presentation out to everybody?
Absolutely.
Okay, good, because I won't need this information.
That's okay. Yeah.
Right,
so
Dale? We don't want you to lose everything on your phone.
He's thinking.
Awesome. So here's a bit of visual reference. When you plug into your phone, you've got iTunes open. This would be the same for a PC as well. You'll see your phone show up here. And then you will see, you'll see your backups here.
So you have to have an iTunes or an iCloud account or an iTunes account on your computer to do this? I'm confused.
Just iTunes. The
iTunes?
Program iTunes, yeah. And this will show you here. And you can manage your backups as well. And you can choose to encrypt those local backups if you want to have a password on them, because if it does have, if you're storing your keychain passwords, it's a good idea to keep that all safe and secure as well. And of course, iTunes unfortunately changes a lot as well. The interface might look a little different than what you're seeing now, but it'll all be in there under your device once it's actually connected.
I got a stupid question. How do you connect your phone to your computer?
Thank you. I was going to ask the same thing.
That's a good question. Well,
Do you use wire or what happens?
yes, so you'll have the charging cable that came with your phone. How it's got that little cube.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, so if you pull out the cube, there's a little end that's called the USB.
Of course. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a dual purpose.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll look like this.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Jenny.
Yes.
Okay. And then you put it somewhere. I have a, I have an all-in-one. I have to figure out where I can plug that sucker in. It's in the back.
You'll have a USB port in the
Yeah.
all-in-one.
Somewhere in the back. Yeah.
Could be back or underneath the front. Sometimes they're hiding underneath.
Oh, that could be too. Ah, yes, I think I found it. Ah, okay. Okay.
And
Good.
there's always a joke about you try and plug it in and then you flip it around, you try again and then realize you were actually right the first time. That always happens with those USBs. I always find there's one way to keep
No
looking.
doubt. No doubt.
But
I gotta
it'll only go in one way. Don't force it. That's the
I'm
other
gonna
thing.
go get my charger so I can look at it. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're just going to jump into a couple of fun Android handy features. You may know these things already. I guess this is going to be mainly for Kyla on the line here. Quick little thing to snap between apps. I guess you can just swipe and flick your finger right along the bottom of the screen, and that'll go back between your mostly used apps. And then if you want to get to your camera quickly, if you're ever in those times where you don't have, you want to flip out your camera quick, I know you can do that on an iPhone pretty fast by swiping up or swiping over. So on your iPhone, if you typically, if you just swipe over to the one side, you've got quick access to your camera. And if you don't want to do it that way, you can swipe up and then you'll see your camera in that screen there. I know this has changed, I think, on the newest iOS as well. This looks visually a little bit different. I just haven't updated to the most recent just yet myself. But inside of an Android, this is within your camera settings, and you click on this quick launch. And then, and then it says, then you can just double tap on your device's power button, and that'll get you right to your camera as well.
That's on an Android?
This is on an Android, yeah.
Okay.
Another kind of fun feature, so if you're out in a different part of different app while you're on a call, you can end calls with ease and turn, this will be within your accessibility options. If you want, you can turn this on so your power button ends the call instead. Instead of having to fumble around to get back to the call and then hit your end button. That's another way, kind of a shortcut for you as well. And then if you're backing up to a cloud on an Android, Kyla, have you done this? Have you done this before? Or is this something you need help with?
No, I have it backed up to Google as well.
Perfect. Okay, so you got this cased?
Yeah.
Awesome. I guess for those who may be rewatching this, on your phones, you go into your settings, your accounts, and sync. And then in the accounts, you auto sync your data, and then where you're going to back up this data. And of course, Google is probably the most common choice, again, because it's free and convenient. And then back to your settings and back up and reset. And then you take a peek. If you want to do this locally, this is very similar to the phone. The iPhone, you're going to plug it in or use it via you can pull out your card, I guess, probably not as as convenient, but I'll share this article as well because there's different ways to back up the different kinds of media within an Android. And so I'll share this article here. I'll give this information to you guys afterwards. And then, yeah, any further questions? We'll watch this cute puppy turn his head back and forth.
So if our problem really is like I mean, I have the same problem as everybody else. I'm almost filled my iCloud. But I'm sure that if I took all of the photos off my phone, I would be fine.
For sure.
Is that reasonable to think?
Yeah, and another way that you can check that. So if you go back into the iCloud.
Oh, and now the prices have gone up. It's $1.29 a month for 50 more gigs.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. So if you're into your Apple ID again. So if you're in here and you click on your right here,
Go to
and
iCloud.
into iClouds.
and then back to iCloud again, and you go manage storage.
Manage storage.
This will give you a list of all these different things that's taking up storage for you and how much space they're taking along the side here. So
Wow.
for myself, like, I've got almost 7 gigs of photos. My documents are taking up a whole bunch. I use iCloud Drive for some other things of business, so that's what's taking up a bunch of my space. But
Well, iCloud Drive takes up a ton. Oh no, it doesn't. 642 kilobytes.
Yeah, so
Yeah, photos are obviously taking up the most here. I see.
yeah, so then once you've backed up those photos as well, you can, if you click on the photos and you can either disable and delete. That's an option in there. So you can take them off of the iCloud if you like.
Oh yeah.
That way. It's just a handy way to see what's actually taking up your iCloud space.
So I would. Okay. Yep. Okay. Thank you. That helps a lot.
Awesome.
Is there an easy way to set up photo capture on your iPhone?
What do you mean by photo capture?
Like I can set my iPhone on the table and then we can stand back and they take the picture. I've seen that a couple times, but I just can't seem to get it set up.
Sure. I know you can set the timer.
Okay.
So there'll be a timer up top here. Hang on a second. So when you're in your photos, you'll see that at the very top there, be that little camera or the little clock.
Oh,
Then
tells
you
you.
can set up- yeah.
The plus sign or?
It's
there'll
a,
be-
mine says 3 seconds, 10 seconds.
Yep. And then once you press it, it'll give you that countdown in the bottom corner before it takes the photo.
I see.
Or how do you bring those? I've got 3 icons on the top of mine.
Yeah.
And you had more, including a timer. How do I bring that up?
See if that was maybe a more.
If you pressed on your camera, like on mine, all those little things show up on the bottom.
Oh, okay, there.
So
I've got slow-mo video, photo, portrait.
nope,
and
nope, nope.
Nope.
That's not.
Yeah, you'll stay in photo for that one.
Yeah, my camera's on, and I'm in photo.
So I just scrolled down at the bottom there where you've got slow-mo video photo
Yeah.
right by your Oh, shit. Darn it.
There is one that said time lapse. Is that the one you're talking about?
Well, I can't. I had it. I just scrolled up to.
Oh, scroll down at the top and I've got now I've got a whole different screen.
Okay, so I scrolled down at the top as well, and then those little icons came back up. And then when I scroll down again from the top of the photo, then I get back to photo, video, portrait. Yep, that's all I had to do.
Oh, wait a minute. Now on the bottom, mine has changed to. I now I've got those little icons on the bottom.
Right.
Aha. Okay.
So that's that first one that looks like lightning.
Yeah.
If you just click on that, it's your flash auto on or off.
Oh, oh.
Never been there.
Keep looking at the bottom. I never think to look at the top.
There you go. Yeah. So for different, and next update, they'll move it again on you, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly. I was just going to say,
That's
don't get too
exactly-
comfortable.
Okay.
Your phone will update tonight and it'll be different.
yeah. That is the tricky thing about doing these kind of sessions is things just change so quickly. But
Yeah. So does anybody have any other questions about backing up? Because that's kind of the big important thing, is because so many of us use it for business, not wanting it to lose all those contacts, or if you all of a sudden one morning can't turn it on. I
I
think
just
that was,
have a question. That was my problem.
yeah.
So if I take all my photos off and just download them onto my laptop, because that's going to almost free up 4.4 gigabytes of the 5 gigabytes that are free. So if I do that, then I would be better off to keep all my contacts and stuff backed up on the iCloud. And I'm asking.
yeah, like your contacts. Let me take a quick peek here. I mean, your contacts and those kind of things should take a very, very little space.
Yeah, they probably don't. But I get all my emails on my phone too. Mind you, I do clear them off quite regularly, but
Yeah, and this,
oh, my mail isn't even, oh, the button's not even turned on. So it's my contacts, my calendars, my reminders, Safari, Home, Wallet, Siri, iCloud drives, yeah. So if I just get the rest of that out of there, or if I just get my photos out of there, I don't need my mail, doesn't have to go up to the iCloud.
yeah, there's not really much any reason for that. Another thing for people, if you are finding your phone is kind of plugging up, this is kind of a depending on your usage, but you can either save your messages up to 30 days. So if you're in your settings and then you go down to messages, you can scroll down near to the bottom here, and you're going to have a message history, and you have an option to either save it forever, save it for a year, or save it for 30 days. And there's been times when my messages have deleted after 30 days and I've needed the message. So, but if you do say forever and you do a lot of texting, this will also kind of start taking up room in your phone as well. But this is for people who do like tons and tons of texting between different people.
And so where,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, I missed where you went with that. Where did you started in the settings?
Yep, settings, and you'll scroll all the way down. It should be a little ways down, right underneath phone. There'll be
Oh, messages, okay.
Yeah.
And then if you scroll down quite a ways, it actually says message history.
Yeah.
Keep messages for 1 year, 30 days, or forever are your
Okay.
choices.
Okay. Okay, thank you. That, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mine says forever.
And for a lot
You-
of people,
Is that why I got that bunch of messages that go way back to 2015 or wherever the heck it is? Is
and that's
that,
the thing.
is that why?
If you're finding that your phone is like, again, plugged up when you look at your storage and your messages are showing, wow, I'm holding 2 gigs worth of messages, that's why.
Okay.
So when I go to forever, then if I take it down to 30 days, that'll get rid of those?
The old ones, yes. Yeah. It'll prompt you and make sure it'll just make sure.
Oh, yes. I'm going to do that right now.
And it probably depends too on like mine is set for 1 year because I've caught myself a number of times where I've had to go back and get information.
Yeah. I'm switching mine back to a year as well because I've had
Yeah.
that. Like, oh no, like if I don't save that person, if someone texts me, I didn't save their contact information and I lose the text message.
Yeah.
I don't know who that person was anymore. So that's, yes, 30 days is too soon. I wouldn't
Yeah.
recommend that.
I just switched mine from forever to 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year seems to work out good because within a year I should have.
I've done something with them, or
Yeah.
or put them in as a contact or something.
Right, exactly.
I just see I do need to work in my settings.
We're just talking about texting here, are we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Text messages, not email messages. Oh, okay. How do I get rid of all those email messages? Okay, good. Okay.
Okay, does anybody have, because we're right about that 2:30, a little after 2:30. Does anybody have any other questions?
Hi, it's Kate here. I have, I can't actually, like I said, I have zero room. I can't even add a new app. I tried adding the COVID app and there's no room on my phone to add it. I've tried adding the Google Photos so I can dump a lot of my photos. I'm just looking at my own iPhone storage and it says that I have, 44 gigabytes in photos and 1.84 gigabytes in podcasts. Now, are those things that I'm supposed to be, do I just literally manually, like I said, if I don't want to dump them on my laptop, which I don't, I just literally have to manually kind of go through them and start deleting things because, and what about podcasts? Like, do I have to really store them all?
No, you would have to store podcasts though. That's what happens when you go through podcasts. Is that show you're doing that through iTunes? Is where you're saving the podcast, or I guess through the podcast app?
Yeah, through the podcast app. And
Yes.
it says I'm using, well, a lot. So I'm not sure how to not store that.
Yeah, so that would be should be another option there in your iCloud. Do you see that if you go into your iCloud, where we've got that, you go into your Apple ID and then click on the iCloud. In that list of all the apps using iCloud, do you see, you see that in there?
Sorry, can you say that again? Do you want me to go into settings?
Yep.
And then where?
And then click on your, the very first thing where it says your name, the
Okay.
ID, and then there'll be iCloud.
Okay.
And then just scroll down in where it says apps using iCloud and see if you see podcasts listed as one of those.
I don't think so. I think it's my bank app and my maps. Yeah, Safari, reminders, notes, calendars, contacts.
Okay, so maybe this is taking up phone or space on your phone locally. Let's see here. So you've got the option to, so if you go back to your settings, just to that main settings page,
Mm-hmm.
and scroll all the way down to podcasts, you'll see that kind of quite a ways down. You've got an option on there that says episode downloads, and you can just choose not to download those episodes.
I can't even see the app on here now. It should be where all the apps are, right? Right at the bottom of the.
Yeah, in your settings, yeah, it should be probably about halfway down. There's a section that has TV, photos, camera. podcast.
it's not even showing up there. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay. Yep, found it. Okay.
I also see another question.
Sorry.
That's
All
okay.
right,
No, work on
thanks.
that one.
So another way that you can find this as well is, so if you're at the very, very top of your settings, there's that search tab. And just search podcasts there, and then it will show up as an option there to click. Do you see that?
Mhm.
She's shaking her head. No.
It's not showing up there, but it's showing up, like if you look at my data usage or my storage, it's showing that that's the second largest usage of my storage space is podcasts, but it's not showing up. It's there as an app, but it's not there in the list that you're showing me.
Okay, so if you, so when you're at your settings, like right here.
Yeah.
At the very top here, where
Yeah.
it says search,
Mm-hmm.
try searching podcasts. And do you see this purple one show up?
Yep.
Okay, so
That's
click-
what I've done, and it's not showing up. It's just saying that. But then when I look at my my storage, it's saying that the podcast is the number 2. Like on here now, if you look at my storage, it shows podcast as number 2 in usage, but I can't find it anywhere other than the app itself and this report.
Yeah, very strange.
Yeah, and it hasn't been backed up since June of 2018. So I'm wondering if maybe I actually have to do my first backup.
The only other way that I could think is if you were to go to your actual podcast app.
It has a cloud. Like, what does that mean when your apps have clouds beside them?
That means that you're backing them up to the cloud.
Brad had a question while we're still looking at that. This is for a Samsung. He's saying, can you still add a card to your phone for additional memory?
That's a good question. Let's see here. Yeah, it says you can add a new SD card, or switching out the current one for a larger capacity. That'd be something at your local phone shop. They'd be able to tell you and direct you to what kind of SD card would work best for you. Usually a micro SD is what they're fitting now. So.
Perfect. He said, thank you. Okay. With that, I'd just like to thank everybody for joining us. Hopefully we got some questions answered. Jessica will be sending out the PowerPoint plus the video from today, because it looks like it's all recorded nice for us. So we'll send it out and have that. We'll send you the link, and it'll be on our YouTube channel. And just a reminder that next week's workshop is again at 1:30. That one is all about using your phone for taking pictures, videos, so that you can use them for your business in your social media and all of that. And I can't remember, Jessica, who's joining us to do that one?
It's actually 2 ladies. So they are with the Well Collaborative out of Saskatoon. So very talented. Tammy Zadunik is one of Saskatoon's top photographers, and she'll be one of the hosts.
So
very good.
So hopefully everyone can join us then. And thanks for joining us today. And there were those couple that Sherilyn had asked to stay on.
That's right.